What is up, people? This is NextGenNovelist, and we are back again with another Kingdom Hearts video. And this time I wanted to address the Nameless star that was in the base game of Kingdom Hearts 3 that was encountered in the final world. A lot of people originally thought it was Strelexia. I was amongst these people. There were a couple people who actually guessed correctly that it was actually Yozora's, I guess you could say, Sora, and they'd guessed that, you know, a little while back. You know, some people even up to a few months ago. So some people actually already got the idea that it may not actually be Strelexia, but it was a pretty fair, you know, assumption to make. I think everyone who made videos or, you know, comments saying it was Strelexia, I think it was pretty reasonable to assume that. But obviously now, based upon the information that we have gotten from Yozora, we know that that is almost certainly no longer the case. I don't think at any point this is going to be disputed further. I think just like how now it's very clear that Yozora is certainly a reimagining of Noctis from Versus 13, I think it's pretty clear that the Nameless Star is not Strelexia and is instead Yozora's, you know, love interest, who we believe is also called Sora, for reasons I'm going to get into in a moment. So the first thing I'm going to do is explain why the Nameless Star is most certainly not Strelexia based on the information that we've gotten from the star and from Yozora. So the star mentions how the person she is waiting for has been changed beyond recognition. Okay, now we also heard from Yozora himself saying that the form that we see him in is not his actual form, right? The way we see him is not actually how he is. That sounds pretty much like the same thing to me, right? Now, if you remember the tagline from the game box of Virum Rex, okay, this was a game box you could see, for example, in the Toy Story world. It says in the tagline that you have to reclaim your heart. So let's assume you was to play the game of Virum Rex. Obviously Yozora would be the protagonist. Well, if the point of the plot is for you to reclaim your heart, I mean, that pretty much fits what the Nameless Star is saying, and it fits what we're seeing with Yozora. The Nameless Star says that she lost her heart, and she says that Yozora, well, the person she's waiting for, which we are pretty certain is Yozora, that their heart has been replaced with another's. So if this is the case, Yozora's goal would be to reclaim his heart as well as his lover's heart. That would be the point of Virum Rex if we were to play the actual game, right? So it follows then that Yozora is trying to save Sora and also most likely himself. So why is it then that the Nameless Star is certainly Stella or Sora? And why is it that I'm even calling her Stella? Well, Yozora is, as I say, clearly a reimagined Noctis, no doubt about it. He's 100% Noctis 2.0. So as a result of, I guess you could say Noctis 3.0 at this point actually. So I guess because of that, right, it makes sense then that the love interest is Stella 3.0 or 2.0. I mean, Stella became Luna, blah blah blah. So Stella is now Sora, as we can assume. Now, why is it then that I'm saying that the Nameless Star is most certainly called Sora, or that Yozora's love interest is called Sora? Well, because Yozora literally asks you, why are you using Sora's name? Of course, Sora then says that his name is Sora, right? But Yozora obviously has some Sora that he knows that he's trying to save, and he's thinking that our Sora, Kingdom Hearts Sora, is simply using their name. But then he says, if you are who you say you are, then fate must have brought them to this point. And then, you know, shortly after that, you end up fighting him. Now, I can't be entirely certain, but to me, it appears as though this is a classic case of mistaken identity. It seems to me that Yozora has mistaken our Sora for his Sora. And as a result, through some means of fighting our Sora and crystallizing our Sora, somehow that's going to lead to him saving what he believes is his Sora. So I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this specific video. Hopefully that all made sense, and that's pretty much it. The Nameless star is most certainly Stella, aka Sora, and there is absolutely no real debate about it. But then again, that's what we thought about Strelitzia, and look at how that turned out. But this time, I think we've got more than enough evidence to be pretty confident that it's most certainly Sora. And the Sora that we're referring to is, of course, Virulent Rex Sora. I've still got some things that I'd like to try and put out there, one of which is why Yozora wants to save Sora. So we'll go through that in one of my next videos, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that video when it's released. Leave a like, leave a comment, add to discussion, give your own theories, your own thoughts. Kingdom Hearts fans are always willing to give some crazy ideas as to what they think may be going down, and I love reading about it. So whatever mad stuff you have in your head, don't be shy to write it down in the comment section. Anyway, that's all I've got to say, and I'm out. Peace.